Christmas gift of live and free high school hoops comes down your chimney from Caledonia, where the last two MOAC Players of the Year go head-to-head for the top spot in the league. When Wright State commit Alex Bruskotter and Shelby take on All-Ohioan Carson Smith in River Valley, tipping off your holiday weekend. Next. Need a construction team that can do it all? Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing. Need a construction team that can do it all? Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Lacey Construction.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
It's the Old 30 Barbecue pregame show, North Central Ohio's home for slow-cooked barbecue. As we welcome you to the home of River Valley for an exciting holiday weekend showdown between the Vikings and the defending league champs of Shelby. Good evening, folks. I am Brian Skowronski. Got former River Valley coach Mark Bollinger with me here tonight, and a pair of conference contenders, a packed gym, arguably the top two players in the league. Come on, man. This is a Christmas gift come early. Pretty good time so far.
This is what it's all about. As you said, two of the best players going at it tonight, but also two of the best teams. And I think this is going to be an early indication of where the league is going to go. If River Valley would drop this one tonight, they'd fall 2 games behind, and that's going to be a tough road to climb back.
Show you the front runners so far in the league and the 4-time defending MOAC champions. Their lone loss so far is against one of the top teams in the entire state, Colin White in Ottawa Glandorf, the Ohio State commit. But we were just talking pregame. Alex Bruskotter maybe outplayed him in that one, and the Whippets dropped a tough one. Other than that, they've been spotless, 3-0 in the league.
Well, Alex played an absolutely great game against OG. You know, they're the defending state runner-up, probably the best team in the state in Division III this year, and the Whippets took them to the buzzer, ended up losing by 4. So great performance Saturday night. We'll see if the Whippets can duplicate that again here tonight at River Valley.
Good look at both of the head coaches down courtside here tonight, chopping it up and probably talking about what's on their wish list for Santa to bring this upcoming Monday, maybe, Mark?
And I'm guessing both of them have a win tonight on the top of the list.
How could you not? Huge one. And I just mentioned Alex Bruskotter, the defending MOAC Player of the Year, the District 6 Player of the Year as well. And I think kind of playing some pressure-free basketball so far this season after making the commitment to Wright State. I mean, it's basically a 6'7" point guard, Mark. He does it all.
He does it all. And one of the things that happens is for these young guys is when they're going through the process of trying to decide where they're going to commit, the pressure gets really, really intense. And the fact that he was able to make that commitment to Wright State and then just worry about his game, I'm sure took a huge burden off of him. And as you said, he's going to do it all tonight. The ball's going to be in his hands a lot. He's going to be able to score, but he's also going to distribute it to his teammates.
Had a chance to catch up with Greg Galloway, the head coach of the Whippets. Let's go ahead and send it down to Emma Bell, standing by.
We are now joined by Coach Greg Galloway here with me on the floor. Since you guys have not had a game since last week, how has the team prepared for the game tonight?
Yeah, our last game was Saturday, so we've had a full week of prep, which has been good. You know, it's been a good practice week. River Valley's a really talented team, and you know, we're going to have to pull together a 4-quarter game in order to take one over here.
What is it going to take for your team to pull off your 4th consecutive win against River Valley tonight?
I think a big part of what we do is just trying to stay connected on both ends, offensively and defensively. You know, playing our style of game and really trying to key in on personnel.
This is Emma Bell reporting live at River Valley High School.
All right, thank you, Emma, making her OH report debut here tonight. Said she was practicing all day for these interviews, Mark. So the Ohio Northern product getting out here and making an impact already. I dig it.
Yep, we appreciate it, and good job there to get it started tonight.
Over on the other side for the home team, calls Caledonia home. How about River Valley? High-powered offensive team. They basically allow a lot of points, though, too, Mark. So this is a squad that you expect a lot of firepower. They usually can outscore their opponent. Expected a ton of buckets in this one.
Well, yeah, you're going to see a team that's going to be really aggressive on the defensive end. They want to push the tempo, and they want to get you into a running game and try to use that 3-point shot and attacking the basket to outscore you. And we'll see if the Vikings have that firepower to get it done tonight against this good Shelby squad.
Well, we certainly know with Carson Smith that you can find buckets of points, an All-Ohio selection who was honored just before we came out here for the warm-up tonight. The MOAC Player of the Year as a sophomore, and the most points ever at the school through his first 3 years.
Yeah, you look at Carson Smith, and he's another young man just like Bruskotter who does everything. He, at the end of his career, is probably going to be one of the, if not the best player to ever play at River Valley. You know, scorer, distributor, rebounder, sits down and guards. He does it all for the Vikings, and look for him tonight to get some points and go into 5th all-time on the River Valley scoring list.
Have not had an opportunity to see him with my own eyes so far this season during his senior campaign, so definitely looking forward to that. And as we get ready for the Star Spangled Banner, we'll throw it down to Emma. She's standing by with 5th-year coach Rodney Brown.
Hi everyone, welcome back to OH Report. We are down on the floor tonight with Rodney Brown, coach of the River Valley boys basketball team. Coach, how is the momentum from winning Tuesday's night's game going to carry into tonight's game?
Well, I hope it does. We played pretty well. Shelby's really good, so we have to play with that same momentum, and hopefully, it does carry over.
Since Shelby has beat you guys 3 consecutive times, what is your game plan to shut down one of the best shooters in the MORC conference?
Just try to stop him. He's really good. There's not one thing you can do to shut him down. We just have to try to do the best thing we can on him and try to stop him.
Okay, thank you.
What an atmosphere we have here tonight in Caledonia. The top 2 teams in the league battling it out tonight. And something that I shared with you that it's really cool, the Shelby student section, actually, they put together like a little program almost for you of their thoughts on the game, and they identified this as probably the biggest one on the calendar. Feel like even though it's only the 4th game for both of them in MOAC play, this might be the one that decides it all.
Well, it could be the one because Shelby has already went on the road and won at Harding, a win here tonight on the road against River Valley, and you'd look for Shelby to cruise to that 5th straight title. However, if the Vikings can get it done tonight, it's going to put a little bit of doubt there and allow the Presidents and the Vikings to stay in the hunt as we continue on into January.
So we'll take a dive inside of your keys to the game here, Mark. Let's begin with River Valley. And a couple of things that you've identified that they need to do in order to be victorious. What are they?
Well, the first one is finishing possessions. Last week, the Vikings struggled on the defensive glass, and it cost them the game at Marion Harding. They gave up 10 offensive rebounds, leading to over 15 points. With this efficient Shelby offense, the Vikings cannot give them second chances tonight. And then the other one, early flow. Make sure Carson Smith gets some good, clean looks early to get him off to a good start. Smith is definitely the one other player in the league that can match Alex Bruskotter shot for shot, and the Vikings need to get him going early.
And for the Shelby Whippets, our keys to the game brought to you by Old 30 Barbecue. How do the Whippets get it done on the road?
Well, the first one is attacking the switches. Defensively, River Valley likes to switch most screens. That causes havoc for a lot of teams who are unprepared on how to attack a switching defense. The Vikings are going to be extremely aggressive on the ball, overplay the passing lanes, trying to get into transition. Does Shelby have those offensive counters ready to take advantage of it if the Vikings switch those screens? And then the second one, avoid the trap. With this atmosphere, you wouldn't think this might be a trap game, but for the Whippets, it could be. Are they going to look past the Vikings a little bit? They're coming off a huge game against Ottawa Glandorf, as we talked about, defending state runner-up, probably the number 1 team in the state. And then next week, Lexington, another top 10 team, a team that beat them in double overtime last year in the district semis, a team that Shelby's probably going to be battling it out with for district title. So with those 2 huge marquee non-league games last week and next week, are the Whippets going to come in here mentally focused, ready to take care of business tonight?
Those are great points. What a schedule right now for Shelby before we head even into the new year. Ton of big games on the calendar over these next couple of weeks for them. But I would argue none bigger than this one right here, because when you're going for a 5-peat in the league, I mean, winning 4 in a row is something that had never been done in program history for Shelby. They had won 3 before, even back in the days of the 50s where they had some big-time athletes. But now this is something where they can add to their legacy this season. Can't overlook these Vikings.
Absolutely. It is a legacy game. And I'm glad you talked about scheduling because, I want to give credit to both of these coaches. They went out this year knowing that, unfortunately, the MOAC has been down a little bit, hasn't fared too well in tournament time, and they upped their non-league schedule. Shelby added Findlay, Ottawa Glandorf, Willard. River Valley added Columbus, Bishop Watterson, Bishop Reedy. So they scheduled up, and they're ready to go out and compete and make sure once they get to tournament time, these 2 teams are ready to go.
And we are just about ready to go here tonight. Opening tip-off. And that will wrap up our Old 30 Barbecue pregame show. As quickly we get a shot from the foul line and the Vikings on the board just like that.
Chase Ebert, he likes to get to that spot. Foul line jumper, pure. Vikings get the early lead.
This is Braden DeVito running the point. Stud sophomore and All-Ohioan in the football field this year. And a turnover for Shelby on their opening possession.
Well, we talked during the pregame about the two basketball Ohioans, but you look out there on the floor and you just have All-Ohioans from other sports scattered everywhere on those rosters. You have football All-Ohioans, soccer All-Ohioans, golf I mean, you've just got athletes out there tonight.
Both of these programs just loaded right now with talent all over the place as we get a three, and Smith makes it a 5-0 lead here for River Valley. Great start for them.
Yeah, Chase Smith, Carson's little brother, he's a great shooter. You leave him open, he's going to knock it down.
Just about a minute gone by here in the opening quarter. Here's Bruskotter. Shelby looking for their first shot of the night. Little runner, and this finds its home. Pretty play on the baseline drive that time for Bryson Baker.
Good take by Baker there. It's interesting to see. River Valley is indeed switching. We'll see if they try to get a good matchup for Bruskotter.
First miss for the Vikings. Smith off the back iron. Now here's Alex off the drive. Tough runner, a couple hops off the rim, and Smith clears. Gonna get our first foul of the game. This will go against the Shelby Whippets.
Well, and how the officials call the game is going to be crucial tonight, too. River Valley likes to be really physical, use their hands, get up into guys. We're going to see if they call it tight tonight or if they let some of this physical play go.
Traveling violation here as Aiden Kenny took off just a little bit too early. So the score remains 5-2, 90 seconds in.
So on the defensive end, the Vikings trying to match Aiden Kenny up with Alex Bruskotter.
Alex is going to have the height advantage over anybody tonight. 6-7 point forward, off the dash into the lane, easy bucket.
Good execution there by Shelby. They thrive on the execution in a half-court game. The Vikings going to want to create some more tempo here.
They bring Smith off a couple of screens. Here he is trying to handle. Step back off of Ramsey on the defense. Now Ebert looking to go to work, had to pick up his bounce. And another traveling violation. This one's going to go against Chase Smith. Let's take a look at that last Bruskotter cut to the basket. Just easy money.
Yeah, help side just didn't get there quick enough, and Bruskotter was able to split the gap, get to the basket for an easy two.
Full court man-to-man pressure. Bruskotter clears him out. Here's Casey Lance trying to establish Bruskotter down on the block. Clean look, Ramsey, bottoms up, nothing but net.
And that's something we haven't seen in the past few years is Bruskotter being able to get to the post, get that ball out of there, and Ramsey finishing with the three.
Tough break right there for Sawyer Westing. Got inside, I think, a little in between. Do I shovel pass it or take it up? And it leads to a Shelby fast break.
This is some of the balance that the Whippets wanted against Ottawa Glandorf. Bruskotter had 36 of their 57. They're hoping for a little bit more balance, and so far they're getting it tonight.
So it's a 9-0 Shelby run after River Valley came out with the first five. And Smith forcing the issue a little bit right there. Tough shot from long range.
And give credit to Isaiah Ramsey. He's so athletic. That's a tough matchup for Smith. Ramsey doing a good job early on him to contest those looks.
Another clean look from long range. DeVito too strong. In transition, here's Chase Smith turning the corner. Had to give it up a little bump. Take another quick look at the last bucket for Shelby, and so quickly they get in transition. River Valley gambles just a little bit, and it costs them a couple.
And they're going to continue to do that and hope that it pays off as the night goes on. Whippets come in only committing 7 turnovers a game. The Vikings force about 14, so we'll see if the Whippets can continue to hold on to the basketball. And that's a shot that Shelby wants. Sawyer Weston really tough in the paint. They're going to give him that three.
Ramsey, quick release, doesn't find its home. Smith holds him to a one and done and a reach-in foul. So Shelby picks up a cheapie, and that's going to be the third team foul on Shelby.
Well, and Shelby ran into this Saturday as well against Otto Glandorf. A lot of foul trouble across the board. I know Bruskotter had to sit a little bit in the third quarter. There's some other guys that had to sit, so they want to be careful here and not give up too many fouls.
Gorgeous setup by Smith there. And the bunny drops for Aiden Kenny. So back down to a one-possession game. Lance trying to change that as he domineers down the lane left hand.
Good take by Casey Lance. Saw the opening, and he was getting to the hoop. Another 3-year starter who's just experienced and knows how to play the game.
Just past the midway point here, the first quarter, and the offense starting to come alive here with Ebert at the other end.
But River Valley's okay with this. This is more the tempo they want to get.
Lance off the kick out off target for DeVito, chases him into the backcourt, and we'll get a turnover here for the Whippets. And there's the fifth-year head coach, Rodney Brown, establishing a program around here, but kind of been the bridesmaid a lot in this MOAC behind Shelby so far, winners of the last 4.
Yeah, Rodney's done a really good job here. The preseason, his JV coach, Josh Lawyer, came up to me. He's like, Coach, it's taking us a while, but we're getting it back to where it used to be, and I know they were really excited about the prospects of what they can do this year.
They've seized the lead back. Big triple from the corner, and DeVito at the other end. The pull-up J is pure.
Shelby again with an answer.
Now here's Weston off the bounce, had to pick it up. Go back to him in the corner.
Yeah, you're going to see both these teams, they're not going to sub a lot tonight. Their starting 5 for both teams plays a lot of minutes.
Pass went off a kneecap of a Shelby defender right into the hands of Carson Smith. Just a bit off target with that 3 ball. As he's yet to get going tonight, Carson's still scoreless.
We've seen this a little bit several times throughout the year. Carson struggles a little bit, misses his first few shots, but then he heats up in a hurry and starts dropping 4 or 5 in a row.
Off the switch, not looking for the basketball there on the turn was Baker.
The Whippets already with 3 turnovers here in the first.
Now Kenny, great look inside. The junior has now got 5 points, does Weston.
And Sawyer's done a lot of work this year, getting in the weight room. He's put on a lot of muscle.
Get a foul on the floor here. Let's go back to that last bucket, but really it's about the setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a good job reading the defender, ran that quick ball side cut, was able to get himself there and finish. But yeah, Sawyer was more of a perimeter player growing, coming up through the program, and now he's put on some bulk, and he's one of the more physical defenders for the Vikings.
Off the bounce, lost the handle. Whippets give it away again. In transition, Vikings get it back into the hands of Carson. He gets a little bit of space and an air ball. Saved back inbounds to him, and he tries it again, this time fouled.
Well, and if you're Coach Galloway, it's probably the one thing you didn't want to see. You come out and you have a guy who can score the way Carson Smith scores. He misses his first 4 shots, shoots an air ball, and they put him to the line. A lot of times guys do that. They get to the free throw line and make a couple, and they see the ball go in, and it builds some confidence.
First points of the night for Smith. Carson on the season over 22 per game, 7 rebounds as well. No, he misses the second one. Clean rebound inside for Carson Homan, who just checked in. Send Bruskotter on the down screen. He pops back out. No space whatsoever in the fast hands there.
Good show there by Carson Smith, trying to run people at Bruskotter.
Yeah, very clearly they're trying to get as much help sacking off as they can. Plenty so far tonight every time Bruskotter tries to drive the lane.
Yeah, and it's like, in football at the quarterback, you just have to continue to give him different looks. If you keep running the same kind of thing and you don't run and double him or do some things like that, he's going to pick you apart. And great execution off the inbounds. Homan gets the easy one.
Assist to Alex Bruskotter, averaging 6 per contest already. As we're down to the final 50 seconds here of quarter number 1. All even at 15 each. As Ebert with the kick out wide open, Sawyer Weston. Now DeVito on the run, 2-on-2. Braden pulls up mid-range. This pace off the charts. And off the leak out, they'll get an easy one with Smith. Chase Smith having a solid first quarter. And here's older Bro taking it to the rack.
Big play there. Thought the Whippets might hold for the last shot. Instead, they went into attack mode, turned it over, and let River Valley extend the lead to 4.
Final 5 seconds. Ball in the hands of Bruskotter. Deep 3 long range. It looked like it got tipped. And that will do it. 1 quarter in the books. River Valley coming alive at the end of that first quarter. They lead it by 4. Need a construction team that can do it all? Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust. Done right on time. With free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Lacey Construction. We welcome you back here to Caledonia. Having some technical issues, but we're back up and you can at least see the feed here. 19-19 is the count at this point. Shelby had back-to-back buckets here to open up the frame. River Valley just answered with one of their own. I am Brian Skowronski. Mark Bollinger is with me here tonight. Huge MOAC clash to open up the holiday weekend. A beautiful gift here for us high school basketball fans. Probably the top two contenders in the MOAC, and it's been a good one so far.
It's been a great basketball game so far, and we've seen River Valley defensive pressure get to Shelby a little bit. The Whippets with 6 turnovers so far. Great extra pass there, but it looks like it may lead to another one. Not sure if he called the jump ball or a foul here. Looks like they're going to call the foul. So that foul's going to go on Isaiah Ramsey.
So Shelby starting to pick up with some full court. Man-to-man, skip pass, open shooter here is Xavier Hensel. Can't drop it through the bottom. Bruskotter with a tough rebound. He sends ahead for a 3-on-3. DeVito, looks like he's in pain. Take a look at the replay here, Mark, and just whoop.
Yeah, just went to jump stop, and that right ankle rolled on him a little bit. And that's a huge loss for the Whippets if he can't come back. You know, we've seen both teams now just played 6 guys on here in the first quarter and 2 minutes. So fouls and injuries like that really impact the depth for both of these squads.
Whippets able to work it down into the interior. They take the lead back, 21-19. 6 points already off the bench for Big 44 Carson Holman, making a big impact. Now Hensel tries a long 3, raindrops.
Big shot by Xavier Hensel. Then a good job getting back, eliminating the fast break opportunity for Bryson Baker.
Take a look at that stroke. The defense was there and everything, but great offense. There's just no really defending it.
Nope. Xavier came off the bench confident. 2 quick 3-point attempts, gets the second one to drop.
Oh, how about this? What a defensive play here by Chase Ebert. The student section loving it. One more look, so he's going to tip it, Mark. And then how about the savvy play to throw it off Alex?
Well, Chase is the emotional leader, not just of this basketball team, but the football team, et cetera. He's the quarterback. He is the guy that brings the energy, takes the charges. And, you know, when you start to see that, he's going to play off that, and the Vikings will feed off of that energy from number 4.
Carson Smith, pull up 3. Just a shade off on that one.
But again, Isaiah Ramsey was right there.
Bruskotter, foul line, wet.
And that's something that Alex can do anytime he wants. Just a quick crossover, get to a spot, elevate, and bury it.
6 points now for the Wright State commit. Weston cut off by Alex. So they'll come back up top here for Hensel, and he has not been shy. 3rd shot from downtown already. And picking up a foul here as he pressures Bruskotter. Be the 3rd team foul on River Valley in the second. So we'll get some substitutions. Shelby getting a couple of guys in.
Good to see DeVito coming back into the game.
Casey Lance as well back into the mix. Both head coaches patrolling the sidelines. And what a start to the career for Greg Galloway, coming in and all he's done is rack up MOAC championships and a lot of tournament success as well.
Yeah, he's made it look pretty easy, but I know he wants a little bit more.
Ooh. So does Casey Lance on that last one. I mean, he gets up like a pogo stick. Quick bunnies. That time, just could not keep the handle.
He elevated. He was looking to bury that one.
Bruskotter pushing the pace. DeVito pulls up. This is his spot. Alex got his back down low, and he'll head to the free throw line. It's a shot Alex Bruskotter typically makes. A little bit of contact, though, and actually Huston Pollock did a nice job of not allowing him to get through the shot, pulled down on the shoulder blades.
The offensive rebound, I'm sure Coach Brown and the Viking coaching staff are concerned about that. Got to limit that.
Bruskotter typically a good free throw shooter. On the season, almost 82%. 26 makes coming into tonight.
I really like what Alex has done so far tonight. You know, you look at the scoreboard, and he only has 6 points, but he's been really good at getting everybody else involved in the ball game. He hasn't had to really, kind of take over yet and get some shots, but a little frustration there after he misses the second free throw.
Great hesitation move by Chase Ebert. And the foul on the floor on the closeout here against the Whippets. And that is the 5th on them. So with the new rules, of course, it's going to be free throws and bonus action the rest of the way here for RV, or excuse me, I'm sorry.
3rd foul on the Whippets.
Got him backwards up there. So it's River Valley who's got the 5.
Now see if River Valley tries to run something special here with Ramsey out of the game. Whew. Instead, Ebert's going to get to the rack.
Scoop, there it is for Chase Ebert. Referee's giving them a little talking to. Gives us a chance to check out the Mechanics Bank replay. Going high with the kiss off the square there. Ramsey with Hensel on him. Sends it over now for Hartz. Would have been the 8th points of the night there for Homan. Off the leak out. Another quick transition look that was solid there for Hensel.
Vikings out in transition, got something easy, and that's Chase Ebert at his best.
And you can tell the emotion that he has in trying to make eye contact with Bruskotter here after he got up off the floor. Really sold that one as well.
Yes, he did. Chase is notorious for that. He loved to slide in front of people. He reminds me of an Aaron Kraft type player. That's who he is for this Viking ball club.
Here he is walking it across the timeline. Picked up by Bryson Baker. Looking to get in a half-court set here. Ebert taking his time. Lays a screen for Smith, who lost the handle momentarily. Now zip pass over to the opposite corner for Pollock. Loses his footing, and it's out of bounds over to Shelby.
Good job defensively by Bruskotter. Pollock thought he had the driving lane. Bruskotter just moved his feet, kept his hands up. Hands down, they're probably going to call that on him, but kept his hands up and was able to force the turnover. Just the 6th turnover of the night for the Vikings.
2.5 minutes to go before halftime. As Bruskotter sizes up Ebert. Tried to swing around that pass. Lucky break that it bounced out to the perimeter. Now here's Lance. Alex, an extra dribble. Rebound by Smith. Weston on the push. Looking to take it to the rack.
If you're the Whippets, you got to step over and get a body on him. Let him get all the way to the spot he wanted, and he finished.
Tough catch, and look at Ebert there with the active hands as well.
Well, anybody that's, tuning in surprised by this score, you have to understand, even though Shelby's, 53-3 since 2019 in MOAC, 2 of those losses have been to River Valley. And last year, Whippet swept River Valley, but here they won in double overtime. They've played Shelby really, really well. It's a good matchup for them with style and things like that. So, Vikings had a lot of confidence coming into this one tonight.
It is 3 straight wins for Shelby in the rivalry, but you're right. Always playing very tough here in the friendly confines. Not an easy place to come win.
Well, and I think you also add in some other factors. You look at, the success on the football field. The Vikings had a tough year, but one of their wins was a huge upset here over the Whippets. So again, with all these guys out here that know each other from different sports, the Vikings knew coming in they could compete, where I think a lot of teams, Shelby walks in the door and it's game over just because they see Shelby on the front of the jerseys.
I think you can debate that Shelby might have the best starting 5 in North Central Ohio when you look to top to bottom. And Bruskotter, very special player, of course. Casey Lance, awesome athlete, as is Ramsey. Baker, pretty solid too, though he allows Ebert to get by him here. 5-on-4. Ramsey's been a bit quiet, and he short arms that one. A foul in the crowd bouncing up, as it looks like Hensel maybe got poked in the eye.
I'm not sure if he got it in the eye, but Xavier's going to walk to the other end to shoot 2. Chance to add to this 1-point lead.
Ebert sinks the first. Has not missed a free throw all season. Second one, though, lips out for Hensel.
Let's see what the Whippets can do here, what kind of set they look with Bruskotter on the bench. Good ball movement for the extra, and it pays off.
Big shot from Braden DeVito, the sophomore.
Just the extra pass made it so easy, wide open, catch and shoot. He was able to get it to go.
Braden's got 5 on the season, averaging around 6 points per game. Backdoor cut, just off target, trying to find Smith. And we'll go back to the other end for that pretty stroke from the corner. No hesitation. DeVito knew he was going to let it launch the whole way.
Absolutely. Last year stepped right in as a freshman, and he stood out there and catch and shoot it. And everybody knew if he got a clean look, it was probably going in, and it's continued here into his sophomore campaign.
28-27 on our Baker's Pizza scoreboard. Definitely the best place to grab some pie in the Bucyrus area, bar none. Last 40 seconds here of the opening half. It has been a good one, back and forth. And another bucket inside. 8 points now for the big fella.
Well, DeVito creates the space. Homan slides over, gets his 4th bucket from the paint. He's been doing work in there, but good look by DeVito. Able to get that diagonal pass.
Ebert with the deep deuce. And a quick steal off the inbound. Chase Smith able to get a paw on it. And he's going to head to the free throw line for a couple. Try to seize the lead back.
Huge play by the sophomore. Shelby just got lazy. He slid over. Was able to get a piece of it, get fouled.
Smith averaging 7 points per game. First one hops a couple times off the rim, will not fall.
Vikings just 1 of 5 from the free throw line so far tonight. Missed opportunities like this in close games can come back to haunt you late.
66% from the line on the season for Chase as he evens up the score at 30 apiece. Bruskotter walking in between the circles. Ebert will pick him up at half court. Down to 7 seconds. This is where Bruskotter tends to shine. And a 5-second violation. So River Valley with 2.6. They'll have a chance for the final shot here. Just excellent defense. Getting the 5-second count just before the shot attempts.
Yeah, smaller and quicker player getting up underneath Alex Bruskotter, making him handle it a little bit, caused trouble. And 11th turnover of the night for Shelby. And I'm sure Coach Galloway is going to have a serious talk with the boys at halftime about that. They just can't continue to turn the basketball over at that rate.
We were tied after one. It's 11-11 here in this quarter. It's about as even as it gets, folks. We saw Shelby with a 9-0 run there in the first. Other than that, it's been very seesaw battle back and forth. You know, a bucket here, a bucket there. No big runs.
Well, Shelby needs to be very aware here. Only 2.6 seconds left, but you know the Vikings in 2 different games this year have hit half-court, three-quarter court shots at the buzzer. They're going to run a good set here, try to bring somebody free, probably Carson Smith, see if he can get something easy. Instead it's Chase, and he lets it fly, but it's going to be short.
And that will take us to the end of 2. 30 points each for both of these squads. Huge game in the MOAC, and you're watching it exclusively right here on the OH Report. We'll take a quick commercial timeout. When we return, we will have your Old 30 Barbecue halftime report that'll include stats and analysis. Get you all set for half number 2 and a great holiday weekend. It's live and free high school hoops right here on the OH Report. Need a construction team that can do it all? Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Lacey Construction.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
You are enjoying live and free high school hoops right here on the OH Report in collaboration with the new Marion County Now outlet. Live right now on the internet and on Facebook. Make sure that you give them a follow. And a big thank you to our generous sponsors tonight, including Baker's Pizza of Bucyrus. They've got all the good stuff. They got the pizza, the wings, a great list of beverages, all the TVs that you could possibly imagine. The game's probably on right now that you're enjoying live and free tonight. Baker's Pizza, a phenomenal spot to check out in Bucyrus. As is Old 30 Barbecue. Stop in today for a low and slow cooked meat and some homemade sides. Big thank you to Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right and on time. And Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let them build the career you want or the awesome team you want. They build real relationships with you so that they can understand what you need and get it for you fast. We're going to be right back with a quick report from Emma Bell. That's coming up right after this. It is halftime here in Caledonia. Huge MOAC showdown going down, and we are all square at 30 apiece. River Valley and Shelby going toe-to-toe. With more on what's been going on here tonight, let's throw it down to the floor with Emma Bell. Hey, Emma.
Hey guys, welcome back to OH Report. We are down here on the sidelines at the River Valley and Shelby Whippets game. The halftime report, we have the score 30-30. Shelby coming out really strong defensively wise and offensively wise. River Valley also attacking the net and defensive wise very strong. Turnovers wise, it wasn't a really sloppy first half. Shelby did do a press at the very beginning, which kind of messed with River Valley's heads, but afterwards they kind of got their heads back into the game. That's pretty much it. Shelby also kept one of the best shooters in this conference, Carson Smith, down. He only scored 3 points in the first half of this game. Valley's heads, but afterwards they kind of got their heads back into the game. That's pretty much it. Shelby also kept one of the best shooters in this conference, Carson Smith, down. He only scored 3 points in the first half of this game. That is all down here on the sidelines. Back to you, Brian.
All right, thank you so much, Emma, for the report. Nice job. Our intern from Ohio Northern University hooking us up with some big-time sideline action. We're going to take one more quick commercial timeout. We'll be back with your halftime stats and more here from Caledonia. Stay with us.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
It's halftime here at Caledonia, where we are all even 30 apiece as we welcome you inside the Old 30 Barbecue halftime report. Man, what fun action we've had so far here tonight. These two heavyweights going blow for blow so far, Mark.
Well, this is exactly what we were hoping for tonight with two of the elite teams in the North Central Ohio area. And as you said, tied 30-30 here at the half. And I think we're going to be in for a great second half of action.
Take a look at your halftime stats presented by Old 30 Barbecue. And pretty even across the board when you look at River Valley has one extra three, but Shelby's got a bunch of deuces and then just the extra free throw. I mean, we're tied at 30. You would expect it to be pretty even.
It's pretty even, and I think the numbers that jump out at you there are their turnovers for Shelby. I'm guessing that Coach Galloway went in there and he did something to get their attention because just a little bit sloppy for the Whippets, not executing the way we're used to seeing them execute. So we'll see if they can lock in mentally, come out and take a little bit better care of the basketball. But they're shooting the ball really well, about 58% so far on the game, where on the other side of it, River Valley with only 7 turnovers, shooting it well. And as you said, 30-30 here as we go to the last 16 minutes.
And it'll begin with Smith going baseline, tried to give it up with the left hand, a couple of tips. And Avita cannot keep it in bounds. Vikings will throw it in under the hoop here with Ebert.
And River Valley, I'm sure, is just elated to be tied 30-30 with Carson Smith with only 3 points on the night. A lot of other guys have really stepped up their game tonight.
Offensive rebound for Smith, impacted inside by Ramsey. And both of the shots there for Carson. Challenged by Isaiah's got great length, 6'5". Bruskotter sizing him up, now gives it off here, left wing.
I'm guessing we're going to see a little bit more of some stuff run for Alex Bruskotter, but an easy miss there by DeVito.
Bruskotter with the gamble, tried to jump it there as Smith lets it fly. Another offensive board, but River Valley's got nothing to show for it. 3 on the last 2 possessions.
Sawyer Weston looks like he's hurt.
Oh, Ramsey and one opportunity, I think.
I'm not sure if they blew the play dead before they called the foul on the drive. Looks like the basket's going to count and the foul. As Sawyer Weston will go to the bench. We'll check out, it looks like his left shoulder.
They have not changed the scoreboard here in the gym yet. But I'm going to wait till they update their scoreboard before I update ours, Mark.
Explanation to Coach Brown, looks like they're going to, kind of looks like they're sounding it was concurrent that they were blowing the whistle for the injury at the same time Ramsey was finishing the shot. So the bucket's going to go, step to the line for the and one. So it should be 32-30 Whippets.
And it's going to be 4 fouls now on Aiden Kenny.
Yeah, and Aiden's an integral part of the Vikings. He lit up Ontario for over 30, and he's just a guy that gets in there and defends and rebounds, averaging over 10 rebounds a game. He's a battler, and see if the Vikings can keep this close with Weston and Kenny on the bench.
Quick trigger, lets it fly, halfway home. Smith flies in for the offensive board and the stick back.
Well, and there's Carson Smith doing what he needs to do. He's not getting the touches he wants on the perimeter, so he's just going to get to the offensive glass.
Lance banging inside. Smith comes over, fouls him on the shot attempt. Looked like he got a big chunk of the basketball as well. We'll run it back.
Good step through. I think he just brought his hand down, and that's what the official got him for. But, you know, we're a minute and a half in here, and we're starting to see a little bit different intensity level already here in the second half.
It's the first foul on Carson Smith. Hudson Pollock checks out. Weston back into the mix. And Lance, an 80% free throw shooter at the line, swishes the second. 2-point lead here for the Whippets.
Chase Hebert really trying to get downhill a little bit here, see if he can drive some gaps, open it up for some shooters.
Hensel hands off. Smith finds the back rim again.
Just a little different tonight. He's just having to elevate a little bit higher with his shot with Ramsey on him and not getting that drop the way he likes it.
Whippets with an extra possession. Lance, 2 shots, both of them off target. So the score remains 34-32 on our Baker's Pizza scoreboard. You see the Vikings just don't have a whole lot of space to drive in. Though Hensel gets a clean look from downtown, and the senior can't fill it up that time either. So the scoring slowing down just a little bit as Smith tried to go through the 5-hole there. And we'll get a timeout taken by Shelby head coach Greg Galloway. It's a Avita Home Health and Hospice timeout. And you see it's 4-2 this quarter in favor of the Whippets. So the intensity picking up, and sometimes with that mark comes a more mature focus at the defensive end, and I think that's what we're seeing specifically from Shelby. There's not a whole lot of driving lanes right now for River Valley to attack.
Well, I think that's what they wanted to do coming in, was clog those driving lanes, not allow River Valley to get into those single and double gaps that they typically can create. And, you know, it's a weird feeling in here right now. You have a huge game with, like we've talked about, 2 of the best teams in the MOAC and packed house, but it's quiet. Both student sections are here and standing, but every possession you can hear the guys on the court talking. It's not the atmosphere that you typically think of in a game like this. You almost wonder if both teams are just so tight right now, knowing the importance of it.
See if things start to loosen up a little bit as Shelby gets back to action. Backdoor cut. Ramsey has to kick it back out for DeVito. He's got such great handles.
And with Aiden Kinney on the bench, Vikings have went to Chase Ebert to guard Bruskotter.
Whew. And that's a guy that he never really needs a crease. Bruskotter all the way to the rack, got the size to shoot right over the top. Show you on the Mechanics Bank replay. Fast first step, gets by Ebert, and then the help, just a little slow.
Real good job there at the end, getting that last dribble, getting his shoulder into Ebert's sternum, create a little bit of space, create the contact. He got that separation, was able to finish. We'll see if Bruskotter's here starts to try to take over a little bit here, get him more looks on several possessions here in a row.
Weston chased off the block. Quick ball movement, finds Ebert in the corner. Can't splash it.
Well, the Vikings got another clean look at what they wanted. It just didn't go. Bruskotter does the same.
So the foul's going to be on the floor. Will be the 3rd here in the frame against River Valley. Jump ball rather as Lance gets free.
You're starting to get a little bit of separation here. Vikings need to find themselves a way to get something easy. Don't let Whippets get any separation. Good look from Ebert.
Even better defense on the backside block by Ramsey. Show that to you guys one more time. Look at the quick bounce.
He's just a heck of an athlete. Football field, basketball court, whatever it may be. Young man just can play. Had a huge impact on this ball game. Only 6 points, but he has done a lot of things to help give his team this lead.
Baker off the block, gets the friendly roll, largest lead. Well, it's 8 points for Shelby.
They saw Baker with the mismatch on Hensel, and they immediately got him on the block and went to work down there, and Rodney's going to call a timeout here.
10-2 spurt here for the Whippets in this 3rd quarter. Just 2 points so far, and we're past the midway point for River Valley. So a wise timeout taken by Coach Rodney Brown.
Well, and this is the tempo that River Valley doesn't want to get into, this kind of game where you grind it out, half-court kind of game. Vikings want to get it up and down, get it to a free-flowing kind of contest. They just haven't been able to do that so far tonight. especially here in this second half.
And let's see what we're going to get from the Shelby cheering section. It looks like reading some Christmas stories out there tonight.
That looks like a nice little Christmas story. Whippet student section, the Red Rage, listening intently.
Taking a look here at our Red Rage breakdown to see if it tells us what kind of book they're reading. Oh, story time. The first time out of the half. Doesn't tell us exactly what the story is about, but they've got this thing all scripted, man.
They do, and the thing I love the most is, this was created by high school kids, but you look at it at the top, this game's significance. In my honest opinion, I see this game as the toughest game Shelby will have all year.
Yes.
Their student section gets it. They understand the importance of this ball game.
Yeah. Plenty at stake here tonight, especially for River Valley, as we've talked about already with the one loss. You can ill afford to fall a couple games behind. A win here, of course, evens things out, and it makes the later game in the season over in Red Rage territory all that more important.
Yeah, that's the tough thing is if you don't get one tonight, I don't see Shelby losing 2 league games after tonight. They'll have both Harding and RV at home, and they're a tough team to play. And again, Ramsey right there with Carson Smith.
Just has not been his night so far. Smith stuck on 6 points. 3 in each half so far as Bruskotter. Catch and release comes off the front iron. And last touch by River Valley.
Well, good job there by Shelby. They ran a set to bring Bruskotter off the flare screen. He got a great look. Just missed it right, but offensive rebound. We'll see if they get some second chance points here. Look for Bruskotter off the down screen.
He goes baseline, draws a real crowd, sets it up for Lance. So the three-pointer is just not falling at either end as Ebert attacks all the way to the rim.
Well, Chase Ebert's one of those guys that he loves to compete no matter what he's doing. And he sees his team in a little bit of trouble, and he's going to try to get something going for RV, but DeVito quickly answers.
The sophomore having a great game so far with 8 points. A contest out here. Oh, but an and one opportunity on the way for RV. Bennett right back at the other end.
Chase Smith, the sophomore for RV, answers. DeVito 2 of 3 from behind the arc. Chase Smith comes down here and knocks down his second triple of the night for the Vikings.
And how about falling right into his own bench? Knew he had some guys there with some love, catching him, picking him right back up, trying to cut this down to a 5-point game.
Yeah, huge shot. Shelby had extended it to 9, their biggest lead of the night. And Chase answers with the 4-point play.
Big possession right there for the Vikings, as he's the second player into double figures tonight for River Valley along with Ebert. And the active hands here by Chase. How about it? End to end. And a foul.
Well, just active hands, and he fought DeVito for it and was able to come up with it and get a little bit of contact. They saw a little bit of contact.
2 fouls each on both sides of the equation here in quarter number 3.
So good answer by the Vikings. Shelby gets it to 9. Looks like they may be starting to put it away a little bit. RV goes on a run here. Chance to cut it to 3.
Couple players on each side. Just about set to check in. We'll get Baker for Shelby. And Owen Osting, 6'4 junior, I believe getting his first action of the night here for RV.
Well, I think Owen was subbed in specifically just to try to guard Carson Homan. Homan had 4 baskets in the first half, did a lot of damage down on the block. I think the Vikings just trying to answer with a big body.
So it's a 6-0 run on the last 2 possessions here for River Valley, and all of a sudden, it's a 1-possession game. Bruskotter says to clear it out as he heads to the right wing. Ebert not biting on the crossover. Good looking fake inside. Baker contact, no whistle. And a couple more free throws coming up down here at this end. Carson Homan has been huge off the bench offensively for the Whippets tonight.
He's played extremely well tonight, and right there he went and got it and was able to get some contact and get himself to the free throw line. I'm sure he'd have liked that one to go down to give him a chance for the three-point play, but we'll see if he can step to the line and knock him down.
A little bit short with the first offering.
Whippets now 3 of 7 from the charity stripe.
That's Carson's first miss on the season. Checked into the ball game 6 for 6. Ebert comes near side. They'll run Smith off a couple of screens, set him up. Deep three on the way. The hustle inside keeps it alive. Second opportunity, no bueno either here for River Valley. But they got the trap on and they got the turnover. Smith to Smith, and one. So Chase Smith pokes it away, serves it up for Big Bro. Puts it home, plus the harm. Second foul on Casey Lance. And 3 points the old-fashioned way. And so far in this game, Carson Smith is really having to earn everything he's getting offensively.
He is. He's struggling to get it to go from the perimeter, but he's following it, getting on the offensive glass, making plays, just trying to get himself going a little bit. The Vikings just continue to battle. Good look.
What a diagonal cut as well. Holman again getting loose.
Great look by Bryson Baker. Saw him with the cut. Defender turned his head, and he threaded it.
Skip pass. Another three ball is up. And it is as cold as the weather outside from downtown here tonight.
See if they put Bruskotter on the block here. Instead, DeVito's going to go to work. But a couple times here, Shelby's been able to get some switches, get the matchups they want.
Ebert doesn't like the view from downtown there. But it'll stay at this end with the Vikings. Second look at that last three ball, or excuse me, the mid-range from DeVito.
Again, he gets that little 8 to 10 footer, just elevates and finishes.
Big clump in the lane, so they'll bring Weston out up top. Now Ebert with the left hand, a couple of dribbles. 2 free throws in his future.
But when Chase sees that hip open up on the defender, he just puts his head down and gets to the basket. He's a strong kid, and when he gets that, just that little space, gets his shoulder by the defender, he's going to get all the way there.
Fourth team foul on Shelby, second assessed to Carson Homan.
Chase now with 13 on the night. Ebert, see if he can get it back to a one-possession game.
Second one rattles out. Big board secured by Carson. As we've got about a half minute remaining here in quarter number 3. Great action going. MOAC on a Thursday night. Whippets checking in. The lone unbeaten team in the league at 3-0 in MOAC play.
I'm surprised the Whippets aren't going to bring the ball out and get the last shot here. You're under 20 seconds.
Getting very aggressive. DeVito with the find. Bruskotter poked away from the backside. Oh, and Austin. Big block. Oh, with the zip inside to Austin, closing out the quarter in style. What a finish here for River Valley in the last 10 seconds. 44 with the 2 biggest plays in the frame. As we have got a 2-point game heading into money time. Where else would you rather be?
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
It is money time in Caledonia. Someone looking to cash a big Christmas check here before we break our way into the holiday weekend. And we have got a 2-point game here at River Valley. I'm Brian Skowronski with Mark Bollinger. Shelby leads by 2. And even though it's a little bit of a lower scoring game than we anticipated, this is certainly what we signed up for. A couple of great teams going toe-to-toe, my guy.
We knew it was going to be a good one. And Shelby in that third quarter was able to up the lead to 9, but River Valley just doesn't quit. They just grind their way back into it. Got it to 2. We'll see if they get a chance here to take the lead or tie it up.
Ebert leads all scorers, adding to his resume there as he gets it all the way to the cup.
He's a kid that loves money time, whether it's on the football field or the basketball court. He wants the ball in his hands.
Primetime performers got 15. Ramsey, no answer. And it's one and done for the Whippets.
Good look there. Didn't go. And, yeah, Vikings done a good job on the defensive glass tonight.
Smith, he's uncorked a few, but has not been able to pop the champagne yet.
0 for 6 from 3 tonight. Very unusual for Carson. And very unusual for the Whippets to, again, have an unforced turnover. 14 on the night. Whippets just not valuing the basketball.
See, we've got a great crowd on hand, live and free tonight over on the YouTubes. Here's Smith trying to get him going. Hands off now. He's going to try it again. Now 0 for 7, but tipped out and kept alive here by Ebert. Smith to the rack, up and under. Lance the other way and one. No, it's going to be an offensive foul. And well, guess who?
There he is. He makes the play on the offensive end, tips it around, gives the Vikings a second chance, and he just comes down there and sits and takes it. Tough young man. And a huge, huge play there for the Vikings.
Third foul assessed to Casey Lance tonight. And we've got some moisture on the floor. So the referee is going to clean it up. Goes down as a quasi timeout for both of these squads. A chance to huddle up. All even at 48 apiece. Shelby looking to move to 4-0 in league play with a victory here tonight and bounce back from their only defeat of the season. First time back in action since last Saturday, that loss at Ottawa Glandorf.
And I haven't seen the Whippets in person yet this year, but watching them over the past few years, it seems like they always play with just more emotion, energy. They're very stoic tonight. It's real serious, and doesn't look like they're really having a lot of fun out there.
Alex Bruskotter's got 10 so far, but well below his season average of around 23. Ebert starting to cook again. And now they'll reset, get it back into the hands of Chase Smith. Finds his brother.
Just won't go tonight for Carson so far.
Tipped out of bounds, active hands on the perimeter here. So even though Carson's not having his best offensive night, making a huge impact, and I don't think he's checked out, right? He's gone the whole way.
No, that's that's Carson. He plays every minute basically, and even if it's not going on the offensive end, he's still going to play all aspects of the game. As I said in the pregame, he's going to go down as one of the best players in River Valley history just because the kind of player he is and the kind of leader he is.
Bruskotter gets crunched as he turns and lets it loose.
And exactly what we talked about during that third quarter break off the air, trying to see if Shelby decided to get Bruskotter down on the block, try to get him something easy or to the free throw line. It's a matchup nightmare down there for the Vikings.
Bruskotter sinks the first of two, and he gets to the line a bunch, 81.5% on the year, but he shot 32 free throws before tonight's contest.
Little stoppage of play, had a little too far out on the court.
The pair is good there for Bruskotter. He's got a dozen to lead the Whippets offensively. 3 Shelby players in double figures tonight.
And now Shelby switched up. Bruskotter has started the possession with Ebert. The Vikings been running a lot of offense through him, so Bruskotter sliding to Ebert. Ramsey's going to stay with Smith.
Tries it again.
Just another impacted shot by Isaiah Ramsey. Holding one of the elite scorers in Central Ohio in check so far tonight.
Just has not been able to dial in that GPS from long range. You got him 0 for 8.
0 for 8 from 3. Carson's one that just typically can get to a spot, elevate over guys, and finish. And tonight, Ramsey just, with the hops he's got, he's been able to get up and contest. He gets off the floor so quick. It's been a little bit of a struggle. To see if RV can run something different to get Carson a little bit cleaner of a look with Ramsey off of him.
Great defense by Hensel on the outside. Loose ball. Ebert dives in there. Tied up, and possession arrow is going to keep it down at this end. But you got to admire Ebert. I mean, he's willing to go throw his nose in a lot of places people don't want to go.
Yes. As we've talked about a lot tonight, maybe the most competitive young man I've ever met. He's a guy that he loves to play the game and compete, and no matter what you're doing, he's going to try to win. And you see it because he's willing to get down and make all those hustle plays, the dirty things on the floor. And again, huge play there. Get the possession arrow switched at least after this one.
And it seems like there's been an awful lot of sweat cleanups here tonight. That lets you know the guys, they're going for every loose ball. And now Shelby's going to burn a timeout as we're about 3 minutes here into money time. Only 4 points, 2 each. And you're right, it feels a little bit more tense here than we kind of anticipated. Both of these teams very free-flowing. And Shelby especially just hasn't been able to kind of get loose like they're accustomed to. A high-flying squad, several dudes that can dunk. Nobody's really getting above the rim.
Not tonight, and the one time we did see that, Lance missed the dunk attempt, but uncharacteristic with Shelby, not just the turnovers we've talked about, 15 on the night, but there have been a lot of times in which the Vikings have been able to get a hand on a pass, deflect it, or tip it. Just, again, the Shelby offense hasn't been clean and efficient tonight. A lot of credit, of course, goes to the Viking defense, but also, I'm sure Shelby just wants to get that cleaned up here in the last 4.5 minutes.
Say what's up to a few of our fans out there commenting. Jennifer Winslow letting us know Jen Winslow is here, the wife of head coach Chef Winslow. Chad Bruskotter says, thanks, Ross. Josh wanting to know how everyone's doing tonight. Kathy Dodge, of course, cheering on the Whippets like she always does. So is Deanna and Nathan. Vikings fan out there, Amy Shoemaker. And we are back to action. One last shout out for Owen Stevens. Says, here we go, Shelby, here we go. I'm sure that's on the Red Rage list to get going tonight.
I'm sure it is.
Throw it to Lance, back to the basket, turns left hand, scoop, comes up a little short. Smith flies in.
Great play out of the timeout. We're able to get Lance isolated down low. Just didn't get it to go.
Off the cut. I think that's going to be goaltending. And that is going to be the call. Isaiah Ramsey went up and smacked the backboard. So 2 points assessed.
You know, that last possession, the Whippets had exactly what they wanted. They were able to get the switch. Bruskotter was matched up with Weston. Then they had Lance in the post. Just couldn't get the shot to go. And now here we go. Bruskotter and Smith guarding each other. Lance going to try to dial it up for three, and it won't go.
Swirls out there for Casey. So it's another one and done for the Whippets. Weston with a tough pass. Smith with the catch, gets double teamed and tipped out of bounds there by DeVito.
I've seen a lot of growth out of the Vikings. This is typically the kind of game that they wouldn't be as comfortable in the past. This half court grinded out, not a lot of things easy in transition, but they're hanging in there against a really good Shelby team.
Weston turns the corner. We saw Bruskotter in that size coming. Elected not to shoot it, but how about Smith under the hoop? Big putback. And the second time tonight we've seen him with those active hands off the throw-in. Almost came up with another burglary. Bruskotter cut off. Carson Smith going to pick up the blocking foul here.
It's a little bit of a reach, it looked like. But Shelby's offense down here getting a little bit stagnant. That time just four guys standing watching Bruskotter try to go one-on-one.
He's such a unicorn out there. It's hard not to just kind of let him throw on his chef hat, start cooking up offensively. And now they're going to get him running off of a couple of screens.
The way the Vikings are guarding and helping on him, you've got to get some backside movement and at least be a threat.
Now he tries it. Smith. Bruskotter says got a piece of his arm. And now almost thrown away. Lucky that Ebert was there on the backside. Lobs it into Weston, and he can't handle it. I think he heard the footsteps of Ramsey coming from the backside.
Well, if you're Shelby here, huge game, 3 minutes to go down two. You better run your best sets here because you've got to be efficient and get a couple baskets. Instead, it's a turnover again.
Ebert uses his body, shields off Bruskotter. 4-point lead, the biggest the Vikings have had in quite a while. Defensively, this kid has been a menace, terrorizing the Whippets tonight.
And he's just played with an energy that nobody else on the Whippet side has been able to match tonight.
Blocking foul assessed here against Shelby. Or excuse me, against River Valley. And it's Carson Smith again. Kind of deja vu from a couple possessions ago. Bruskotter's got such a long crossover and between the legs move. Smith about a half shade behind it.
The Vikings don't want to foul here and allow Shelby to get to the free throw line and get easy points. It's been a struggle for the Whippets to score here. Don't let them get anything easy if you're RV by allowing them to get to the free throw line. And 1-4 low set here on the inbounds. Look for Bruskotter to get the ball back after some kind of screening action.
And the perspiration cleanup crew yet again being called upon to come in, do some mop-up duty. Bruskotter, the cleanest look he's had in a long time. Felt like he was due.
Great execution. Inbounds, quick curl cut into a handoff. Chase Ebert decides he's going to try to match on the other end.
Fast shot, poked away, but a foul.
And that's a big one because that's 4 on Carson Smith. He's gotten 3 in the last few minutes.
Red Rage is loving it. Something else they were really enjoying. This last 3 ball from Bruskotter. That's where he's at his best. Just found a little sliver, a crease, catch and shoot. Final 2:20 to play, 1-point ball game.
Again, a smaller, quicker defender tends to give trouble. And there he is again, Chase Ebert.
With the theft plus another on the way. Chase Ebert still in the show with a gang of steals.
Yeah, well, we talked a lot in the pregame about Bruskotter and Smith, but Chase Ebert has been the man tonight.
There he is, picking the pocket, going back the other way. Minimal contact, but Lance shoves him just enough. So the diff now 3 and a chance to make it a 2-possession game here with Ebert at the line.
Chase looking to put this in and get his 20th point of the night. Huge play there by Ebert.
Definitely our front runner for Baker's Pizza MVP.
Yeah, without a doubt so far. I think Bruskotter's just going to try to get to the basket and take over now for Shelby.
Puts the city on his back right there. As he went through a double team for those points. 1-possession game as we're sub 2 minutes to go. Ebert dictating traffic. Now Weston out of the corner.
Oh. Like you think you're going to get Ebert going downhill on a drive or Carson Smith coming off of a look. Under a minute and a half. Vikings want to get the shot they want.
Stingy defense being played by the Whippets. Bruskotter tried to shoot the gap.
Well, Shelby's only committed 2 fouls here, so you have to foul 3 times to put the Vikings in the, and there's, charge. Great job by Bruskotter. Saw Ebert on the drive, slid over when he went airborne. Yeah, Bruskotter read that one the whole way. Chase left his feet. He got in the air.
Third foul on Chase Ebert. And the 5th total on River Valley, so the next offensive foul will put Shelby on the free throw stripe.
Perspiration crew may be the MVP tonight as well. Cleaning it up again. And Ebert wants Bruskotter on the defensive end.
Here's Alex going to work from the elbow. Came up just a little bit short. The contest made it a tough shot there for Bruskotter.
The Whippets are going to have to get up and either foul or try to get a double. Third team foul, 2 more to give before the Vikings will go to the line.
With 40 seconds, can't imagine that Coach Galloway is going to go too long before assessing that next foul. Definitely want to try to jump in and get a turnover.
I say look for the Whippets to try to double the first pass or double on the inbound. And if they don't get it, then commit the foul. Try to stretch this out as long as they can. And they give it right away.
It's only a couple seconds coming off of the clock there. And that was awful close. Check out the replay, or shade behind it there. Baker certainly thought it was last touch by the Vikings, as Bruskotter almost able to use those long limbs to get the tip and throw it back in. As we'll get a timeout taken on the floor. It's an Avita Home Health and Hospice timeout. And River Valley with a 4-point edge here in the quarter. Got the 2-point lead. in a good position here to get themselves right back into the MOAC title race.
Be a huge win for the Vikings. Give Shelby their first league loss. I'm sure there's a lot of fans at Marion Harding also hoping the Vikings can finish this one off and get them back in the league race with only one loss as well. Vikings switching up, going to have Carson Smith take the ball out. Carson about 6'5", a little more height and length with Bruskotter guarding on the ball.
Ebert and Ramsey having a conversation right now. Looked halfway friendly, as they'll have to deliver it into the backcourt, and Aiden Kinney is going to have a couple of big free throws on the way.
Well, Aiden comes in 10 of 16 from the free throw line on the season. Aiden in a little bit of foul trouble here in the second half. Hasn't played a lot, but he comes in and 2 big free throws here. Calmly knocks that one down.
Second one is key to try to stretch this out to a 2-possession game. Cannot do it. Ramsey skies in for the board. 3-point differential as we're under 30 seconds to go.
Whippets don't need the 3, just get a quick 2 if they want. Instead, DeVito says, no thank you, I shall take the 3.
The sophomore delivers again. We are all square.
Vikings attack the basket, get a foul, then get to the line.
Inside and falls! The biggest shot of the night for Aiden Kinney. He's got 5 points, none bigger than these right here. The delivery inside by Sawyer Weston. And with 7 seconds remaining, River Valley pulls ahead. Whew.
2 big plays. DeVito in the corner confidently steps up and knocks it down, but then the Vikings quickly answer. Weston with a quick attack, good dish. Aiden Kinney comes in, gets the last 3 points for the Vikings here to put them up by 2. And the foul situation here, both teams already have 5 fouls in the bonus. So any foul committed by River Valley will send Shelby to the line for 2.
And the referees have actually added a 2.5 seconds to the clock, so 8.5 ticks. And it looks like everybody's standing here on the home sideline, so our clock cam is going to be blocked for you. We'll try to keep you up to speed with the time here down the stretch. And it's always an interesting decision to me when you're on the road. They say sometimes try to go for the win here, Mark, especially when you got a 6'7" guy like Bruskotter who can shoot over anybody. Interesting to see if that's going to be the case.
Yeah, I think you've got to put the ball in Bruskotter's hand and allow him to try to make a play, put some shooters around him, and we're going to see what the Whippets decide to do, but it looks like they're going to put the ball in DeVito's hand to start. Chase Ebert goes to Bruskotter. He wants that matchup.
Full court pressure being assessed here. They will start it with DeVito.
Look for the dribble handoff.
5 seconds to go. Here's Braden. Gets it to Bruskotter. Fall away from the free throw line. He's off target, but we'll get a chance to tie it from the stripe. Carson Smith trailing the play.
Well, and this is huge because if Bruskotter can make both these, that'll be 5 on Smith.
So Carson Smith is done for the night. 10 points for him. Wasn't a great offensive outing for Carson, but brings so much leadership and intangibles out to the court.
Well, 0.8 seconds left. So if you're Shelby, you can make the 2 free throws, but you also have time to catch it and shoot. It doesn't have to be a tip. Only 0.3 and below is a tip in. So Bruskotter steps to the line, and it's finally getting loud here at River Valley. Sawyer Weston with a few little words here to Bruskotter at the free throw line.
Everybody on the home side rising. Clutch. the MOAC Player of the Year for 2023.
Well,
Coming through with a huge conversion.
That was a big one, but you still got to finish the second one. Lance and Ramsey in that second spot.
Oh, and do we have an ice the kicker type of situation? Bruskotter already had the basketball. But they're going to award a full timeout to Rodney Brown and his staff. Make Alex think about it just a little bit. Coach Calloway came flying out of his chair. As mentioned, Alex, of course, already had the basketball before they came over and blew it dead. What a finish here in Caledonia.
If you're the Whippets, this is exactly who you want at the free throw line, though, tonight. Bruskotter, the Division I signee, committed to Wright State. Chance to step to the free throw line here, make the second one to tie this game up with 0.8 seconds to go. See if he can send the Whippets and the Vikings into overtime. Of course, with 0.8 left, Vikings are going to probably get a chance to get something off. It may not be a good look, but there's still time to get a shot off. And if you're a coach, you also may have a play here on the free throw line where you may have a cross between Ramsey and Lance, just in case Bruskotter does miss it.
Huge moment for the senior. Bruskotter for the tie.
Missed it.
And that
Ball
will
game.
do it. Tipped out of bounds. There's no time showing on the clock. Referees are going to discuss this. Well, but what a huge moment there. Bruskotter at the line, the man that you want if you're a Shelby fan. And the timeout awarded maybe had some type of an impact. Had a minute to think about it over on the sideline.
I think we're going to be, if they're going to put any time on it, it's going to have to be 0.2 or 0.3, or they're going to end it. But no matter what it should be, it looks like it's going to have to be a situation where Shelby's going to have to tip it to score. You don't have time to catch and shoot.
And Coach Galloway already has signaled that he wants a full timeout.
Okay, so they put 0.4 on there, so they do have time to catch and shoot.
Boy, what a finish we have here tonight. Go back to that last sequence here in a moment and show you the miss by Bruskotter, followed by kind of the mayhem that ensued. Here's another look. This is the free throw that could have tied it up. Bruskotter, nice big deep breath, keeping it calm. Just lips out and definitely last touched by River Valley and Aiden Kenny.
And it does look like they got the time right as far as the ball went directly out of bounds off the first touch.
What an entertaining night of MOAC basketball taking you into the holiday weekend. The top two contenders in the league battling to the final microseconds.
So for the Vikings, you have Aiden Kenny at 6'3", but Carson Smith off the floor due to the 5 fouls. Look to see if it's a direct lob or if they run a screen and lob for Ramsey. Now the Vikings are going to call the timeout once they saw the out-of-bounds set.
Chess match going back and forth here between Rodney Brown and Coach Greg Galloway of the Shelby Whippets. And with half a second remaining on the clock, you almost do have to tip it. Maybe launch up in the air, a little catch and shoot, but not a ton of time.
Yeah, I think the Whippets are going to try to run a quick set where they throw the lob, catch it in the air, and shoot it. You don't have time to catch it, come down, and go back up. But with Bruskotter and Ramsey both there, most people in the gym are probably thinking the ball's going to Bruskotter. It may be Ramsey that elevates and tries to get the lob in the win. Again, expect the Vikings to switch this screen, try to jam it up and not allow them to get that clean jump and look.
A Christmas gift of excellent high school basketball. Taking you into the holiday break. Will it end with a huge victory for River Valley or a bitter defeat?
Well, Shelby's going to come out with the same look. Offensive set. Aiden Kinney's going to go to the ball. Lance the inbounder. They just moved it over to a little bit on the free throw line. And they called the foul on Chase Ebert.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So Alex Bruskotter will get a chance to shoot two.
Both teams were jostling for position. Bruskotter was trying to get through. Chase Ebert trying to chest him off, and there was contact. But they called it on Ebert. Thought Bruskotter may have initiated it a little bit. But again, Bruskotter still has to step to the free throw line and make the pressure free throws.
He sinks the first. Quickly we'll look at that last lob play. He and Ebert, it looks like Ebert. Certainly Bruskotter initiates a lot of that contact.
Yeah. You hate to see that. Two guys battling on it. I think it was a nice little job there by Bruskotter to get the acting going on and get the foul call.
And the River Valley throws it out.
The ball's going to go to the other end. All they need is a touch. Looks like the Whippets are going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat here. 61-60 Whippets.
Just an absolute stunning finish here in Caledonia. The Whippets looking to drop a lump of coal into the stockings of all these River Valley fans here at home. And a foul at the end. It almost looked like Rocky 2 when Creed and Balboa go down to the floor at the same time. Except for in this case, the referee said it was Creed's fault that he went to the floor.
And that's such a hard call to make at that point in the game. With the physicality the way it has been in this game and the physicality you see in high school sports and basketball in general, that's a tough break for the Vikings.
We will show it to you guys one more time. Here is the play in question. We'll slow it down. See a lot of contacts.
And yeah, I mean, from our angle, it looked like both of them, Bruskotter making contact, looked like Chase Ebert kind of wrapping his left hand around there, but two guys both trying to make a play. Get a 5 count.
Boy, what a stunning finish here in Caledonia. The Shelby Whippets. 61, River Valley 60, Alex Bruskotter. Looked like he maybe, don't want to say lost the game for him, but missed the free throw that could have tied it. Forced overtime. Instead, he gets another chance at it, and he is able to come through.
Just a devastating loss for the Vikings. Shelby up 9 in the third. River Valley battles back, takes the lead. And in the end, huge call with 0.4 seconds to go. And the Whippets come out victorious.
The celebration is on here at RV. It's the Whippet fans storming the court with a bundle of joy. An early Christmas gift for Shelby. We will take a quick commercial timeout. We will be back with our Old 30 Barbecue postgame show that will include an interview with our Baker's Pizza player of the game. Keep it right here. Need a construction team that can do it all? Lacey Construction delivers experience you can trust, done right on time, with free estimates and special financing offered for roofing, siding, gutters, windows, bathrooms, decks, to the highest standards of excellence, quality, and knowledge in the industry. Bring your next project to life with Lacey Construction.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
You just enjoyed a very exciting live and free MOAC showcase on a Tuesday night thanks to these generous sponsors: Mechanics Bank, Richland County's only independent community bank; Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan; Lacey Construction, experience you can trust, done right and on time; Spherion Mid-Ohio, let them help you build the career that you want or the awesome team that you want. They build real relationships with you so that they can understand exactly what you need and get it for you fast. By Old 30 Barbecue, stop in today for low and slow smoked meat and homemade sides. And Baker's Pizza of Bucyrus, the place to be on game night in Bucyrus. Always got the best food on hand. We are going to be back in just a couple of seconds. You will hear from our MVP, Alex Bruskotter, coming up real soon. We return now with our most valuable player, presented by Baker's Pizza, and no question who it is here tonight, Alex Bruskotter and the Whippet Nation out here chanting MVP for you, Al. Wow, what a finish. We got to begin with those last 2 free throws. It's rare that you get a second chance opportunity like you did with about a half second left. Take me through just the entire emotion of missing that first opportunity that could have sent it to overtime and then getting the redemption.
Yeah, the first 2 was crazy because, like, if I miss one, I'm thinking like we lose, like it's over. And then we got another chance. Like someone tipped it out or something. And then on the inbounds play, Eber was on me, and like he's a good defender. He's real physical, so I know he's gonna try to like get into me and try to, like, we had a player in, and he was gonna try to like ruin the play. So I mean, I was lucky enough. I think he like grabbed my arm or something. Lucky enough to get another chance. Was not expecting that, but I mean, second time just knocked down both. I mean, I was still shaking the last 2 free throws, but I mean, I'm glad they went in. So
yeah, you sold the foul and then you capitalized. You came through clutch for your guys. Getting a big win here, though. River Valley, arguably the top contender along with you guys in the MOAC. So to come here on their floor and get this going to 4-0, and now they have the 2 losses, obviously you got to feel like you just seized control of the entire league.
Yeah, our league is usually won with a none or 1-loss team. And Harding and this place is the 2 places that we struggle to play at. And to get the wins at both places within our first like 6 games is awesome, and it just shows that the experience, and we know how tough it is to win at those places. I mean, it's River Valley is really good. Like Carson Smith is a bucket. His little brother's good. They just got a bunch of dogs, and they're real physical. I mean, and we knew that coming in. We've played them. I mean, we've played them like 8 times now. So I mean, we knew what we were getting into. In the first half, we kind of struggled, just closing out on their shooters. We let them get way too many 3-point looks. And then second half, I mean, Ramsey did a great job on Carson, 0. I mean, he played his tail off tonight. Everyone played, like, when we get into these games, everyone just plays, like, they're locked in. Like, we just play to win. We don't play for stats or anything. So I think that was, I mean, just the will of everyone that wanted to win tonight is what got us the win.
Arguably, you're in the midst of your most challenging stretch of the season. You got 3 tough road games. You just checked 2 off. Of course, coming off of your only loss against Ottawa Glandorf, maybe the best team in Division III. You get to play Lexington at their place here soon. So how exciting is this time of year? A lot going on with the Christmas break and everything, and you're taking on all this top competition.
Yeah, I mean, bad competition's kind of boring, you know? Like, these are the fun games. So, I mean, we look forward to these. This is what we work for in the off-season. This is what I work for in the off-season, what motivates me. And, I mean, they're nerve-wracking when you get here, but you just depend on all the work that you put in the off-season, and hope that it pays off in these moments.
Well, an early Christmas present for you guys here on the road on a Thursday night. What is on your Christmas list? What's Santa going to be bringing you on Monday? I assume you're on the good list this year.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully I'm on the good list, but, you know, usually just some clothes or something, nothing crazy. But, yeah, I mean, this is probably my best Christmas present here, getting a dub at RV. Tough place to play, and, yeah, I mean, just getting the dub here. That's my best Christmas gift.
Well, congratulations on earning it at the free throw line like you did there at the end to kind of get your own Christmas present this year. Now's your chance for any shout-outs that you would like to give.
Yeah, for sure. I want to shout out the Red Rage. Pewali got all the guys and girls to show out. They did a great job. I mean, student section's almost all the way up to the top. It's like an hour away. So, and we had finals today. So, shout out to the Red Rage for sure. Shout out to the community. Our stands were packed. It seemed like it was loud in here. And shout out Ramsey. He did a great job on Smith and Braden for hitting that deep 3 at the end that tied it up.
All right, man. Well, hey, enjoy this weekend and this big win tonight. Alex Bruskotter, our Baker's Pizza MVP.
Hey, and shout out to you guys for coming.
My guy, happy to be here.
Yes,
Thanks,
sir.
Alex. Appreciate the time, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Marion County Now, the heartbeat of our neighborhood, the fountain of our news. We're local, we're pertinent, and we're all about you. We're dedicated to keeping you in the loop, involved, and linked with the community. And the cherry on top, our service doesn't cost a dime. Marion County Now, our neighborhood, our news.
Back now in Caledonia with your Old 30 Barbecue post-game show. Heck of a contest here tonight. River Valley look like they were going to have a huge win. And, man, just a whole change of emotion there with the tip ball out of bounds. The referees have a discussion. They put a half second back on the clock. Alex Bruskotter getting his best drama performance on. Sells the foul, goes to the free throw line. Ice in his veins and some redemption. Whew. Man, there's a lot to unpack here.
Well, it was everything that we were hoping we would see tonight between the two heavyweights in the MOAC.
Sure.
And I'll tell you what, these are the kind of games we talk about that make these teams better. And I think when you look down the road, you're going to see, obviously, a Shelby team that's going to be competing over in the Ashland area for a district title. But I'll tell you what, if River Valley plays, in tournament time the way they played tonight, I think they got a chance to win a district title and get that first one at River Valley since 2007.
Yeah, they've been waiting for a long time. A ton of talent out here on the floor, and you can tell both of these teams, they're eager to play the top competition. I love hearing that from Alex Bruskotter. Like, man, the other games where we blow them out, that's boring, man. This is what we live for. This is what we work for. And, hey, as fans, too, that's why we're out here.
Absolutely. And, if you're out there and you've been watching it tonight or whatever, you get a chance to see either of these teams in person, get out and watch them because they are two excellent basketball teams.
Take a look at the final stats of the night, brought to you by Old 30 Barbecue. And the three-pointers just weren't falling. I mean, it was a typical high school game where each team was putting them up in bunches, but they just weren't landing in their home there, Mark. A lot of extra turnovers tonight here for Shelby, which is kind of uncharacteristic for them. But other than that, I mean, I guess they just made enough plays.
Yeah, we talked about how maybe it looked like Shelby is playing just a little bit tight. They haven't been in a lot of close games. They were, of course, last Saturday. They were tonight. But 17 turnovers on the night when they come in, averaging only 7. So good job by the Vikings in getting the Whippets to turn it over. Unfortunately, they just came up a point short. But congrats to the Whippets for pulling it out and taking control of the MOAC.
That they did indeed, getting to 4-0 as River Valley drops down to 2-2. That is going to wrap up our coverage here from Caledonia tonight. Got to throw a few big shout-outs to our amazing sponsors coming together, bringing you guys the live and free coverage, including Baker's Pizza, Bucyrus, Old 30 Barbecue, Mechanics Bank, Avita Home Health and Hospice, Lacey Construction, Spherion Mid-Ohio, and the brand new Marion County Now. Also want to give a huge thank you as well to the River Valley Athletic Department for allowing us to be here tonight. I hear this is kind of a rarity, Mark.
It is. It's a rarity, and it was nice to get in the gym and watch a great basketball game tonight.
It was indeed. A shout out to our crew, too. Emma Bell making her OH Report debut tonight. Brandon Powell, our camera operator down on the sideline. Jory Hollenbeck up top. Travis Berardi on his night off, dropping in from B-Dubs to do a little camera switching, so we appreciate you, Travis. And Mark Bollinger, my partner tonight, filling it up with some fantastic color commentary and tracking the stats. Mark, any shout-outs that you want to give before we head into the Christmas season?
Just want to tell everybody out there, have a Merry Christmas, be safe, and we're looking forward to some great basketball at the end of 2023 and some amazing, exciting basketball as we get into 2024.
Indeed. We'll have 3 live streams for you guys tomorrow night, 1 on Saturday, and then we'll take a break for a few days as we all enjoy our family and friends for the Christmas holiday. I'm Brian Skowronski, signing out for tonight from Caledonia. So long, everybody.